Hello and welcome to Turn It Up. We've got a special guest today, try-scoring phenomenon. Did you say that?
That'll do.
Nathan Blacklock, thank you for coming down. Tinger, first, where is Tinger in New South Wales?
Northwest New South Wales, Inverell, Armidale around that area, so New England.
How far from Sydney?
On a flight it's only an hour, but driving maybe 6-7 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, growing up in Tinger, population now is around 770 people. Three best mates, yourself, Preston Campbell, Owen Craigie, probably PJ Ellis. PJ played for the Roosters, but...
And Dragons.
Owen Craigie and Preston Campbell, grand finals, Dally M. How'd you all make it in the NRL?
I couldn't tell you. I just breathed rugby league, playing footy. Like, we were never home. Remember me and Presto, Mum would send us, Sunday school. We'd go to the front door, out the back door, and then up straight to the footy oval. So, we'd spend all that time just playing footy. Every afternoon we just played touch footy. We're just sort of in our blood, like grew up with it. So, yeah.
It's a pretty isolated place, Tinger, and it's a fair way away.
Yeah.
What was it like making the decision to come down to Sydney? And, those initial sort of weeks and months living in Sydney, what were they like?
We were pretty good. Arthur Beetson come to home, and he invited, he come up. And one thing I love about Arthur was not only when I did make, playing first grade, he was always kept me grounded. And he always knew how important home was to me, so he gave me the opportunity to go back home all the time, so it was part of my contract.
So the other two guys, they ended up at different NRL clubs. You ended up at the Dragons.
Yep.
How did that come about?
My 2 years was up with the Roosters, and then I got a phone call from my manager saying Ricky Wolf was retired, so I'm thinking, got big shoes to fill, filling Ricky's spots, so that's how it come about.
I didn't realise you played for the Roosters.
Yeah. I think when Freddie, when he first come there...
Wow.
Yeah.
What about your mate,
said good day to him,
Anthony Mundine? A lot of the clips we see of you celebrating and scoring tries and the combo with Anthony Mundine. Tell us about your relationship with Choc.
Oh, Mun was just fun. We get to training early. I remember going to training 2 hours before training. We enjoyed each other's company. We'd be scheming stuff at training. We'd be playing cricket. He's the best tennis player, he's the best bowler, he's the best batsman. But that's Mun. But
he's a great basketball too.
Oh yeah. He's a very good, very talented human. So, but mate, we just played what was in front of us. Just went out and enjoyed footy.
You read the way he played. I'd say everyone else would have struggled to play because he was so off the cuff. How did you know what he was going to do?
You just anticipated. You knew what he could do, and sitting back watching him do that. If you had to be up there with him, knowing what he's capable of. You just knew if he done something, you just got to support it, and that was my thing. Was just to anticipate the talent of the players I'm playing with.
You say that word, anticipate. What does that mean to you? And explain what you would feel or what would you look for when there was a try, because no one was better.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you go at the game, you can either sit and watch the game, but you're watching the game on the field with the players. Or you can go out and play the game. And I went and played the game every minute of the game. Not only was I counting tackles, I was actually anticipating plays that had ability to break the line or had the ability to beat a player one-on-one. And whenever you see a player beat a player one-on-one, you had to be on the ball. And watching that from where I was, I just knew I just had to be wary of that. And I did that in training as well. So
You obviously watch footy now. Who are some of the players that have got that talent?
Oh, it's frustrating. But Pappenhausen, Brian, mate, his anticipation is amazing. Like, I love watching him play. Just being on the ball all the time. So he's always there.
Any big blokes that got anticipation? Like, I think when we think about anticipation, we're always thinking about the fast blokes. But do you spot any big blokes out there that have it?
Yeah. Is it Collins plays for the Roosters, the big bloke?
Lindsay Collins.
Yeah, mate. I love watching him play. Like, he's either kick chase. He's either the first one to kick with a bomb up. He's the first one there, but he's always anticipating those opportunities, and it's good to see.
He was a former winger, wasn't he, Lindsay?
Well, his grandfather played for Australia on the wing, Lionel Williamson.
Lionel Williamson.
Yeah. So I don't know if Lindsay ever played on the wing.
Big winger.
Just tossing it. What about your heroes growing up? Who were your heroes?
Oh, made a couple back to play in the local comp. You know, guys like you know, Craig Connor, some just family members that I knew. But growing up was around Ewan McGrady, because he's close to home, and watching him play was a big thing. Just watching the way they played was the way we played.
For the Moree Boomerangs.
Yeah, for the Boomerangs, yeah. So
You played on the wing, Nathan, but a lot of your highlights is you going through the middle of the field. Did you just get bored out there, or do you want to go in and play a bit of footy?
Anticipating.
Yeah.
I was anticipating, yeah, in the middle of the field.
Anticipating going to get left out there.
Yeah, well, I'm bored out here. I want to go in field.
Yeah.
No, as a young kid growing up, I played in the halves.
Yeah.
So, and Dave Waite said to me, "You're playing first grade, but it's on the wing." I remember saying, "I don't care where I play. I just want to play rugby league."
Yeah.
So, and he said, "Just go in field, just do what you do." And I guess, yeah, that's what I've done.
Another fellow who's from up that way, Bevan French. He's over in England now. He was a winger at Parramatta and he's playing 5'8", St Helens. Wigan, playing for Wigan 5'8". Do we expect for him to come back soon? Or?
Matey, I think he's signed another couple
He's
of
just
years.
re-signed long
yeah,
term.
yeah, he's enjoying it over there, and I see him at home a few times, and he's happy. Like, he comes home, he spends time in the community, you know, with family and friends. He's happy over there. I guess him being over there, it's you know, it's home for him. So I'm glad to see him going well.
What's rugby league like in the Aboriginal communities?
Oh, it's everything. Every kid out there watches rugby league. It's every Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sundays. It's a big thing for communities. It breaks a lot of barriers and gives a lot of our kids opportunity.
Indigenous round, and we also have the All-Star event at the start of the year.
Yep.
How much would you have enjoyed playing in the All-Stars, and what does Indigenous round mean to you?
Oh, man, I remember Dave Lydiard invited me to play with the Dream Team in the Sevens. That was the biggest thing, but it would have been great to play, you know, with the side. And I guess the Indigenous round means a lot because it gets, not only are you as an individual playing for your team, but you are playing for your community. You are playing, you know, so it goes a lot deeper than that. So you get to showcase your culture as well. So it's it's rugby league means a lot in communities. It really does.
What about now? Where you're living?
Oh,
You're
man,
out, you're out of the big smoke?
Out of the big smoke. I'm happy back home. I got a place 20 k's out of Tamworth, Katingal, Moombi area. So not too far. You know, I've never lived in town. I don't plan to, so it's good. I don't get many visitors.
So you're on a little farm there?
Yeah, a little farm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of cows and.
The last time I saw Ting was we were driving on our bikes and I called Ting up and we spoke to each other. He goes, "I'll be out the front." And then 20 k's out, there's Ting on the motorbike. Hey, Freddie.
It wasn't a Harley too, the dirt bike this time. It was in one piece. So.
You do a bit with the community up there, especially in and around the kids?
Yeah. Love doing stuff with the young kids up there, doing school programs, but just empowering young kids to chase their dreams. Not just, you know, Indigenous kids, but all kids.
Yep.
I love helping them and seeing them achieve their goals, but just being consistent with them and showing you care. It really means a lot.
Because some of those regional areas, youth crime is out of control at the moment, stealing cars and stuff like that. Are you trying to get in the community to help these young kids who are going off the rails?
Mate, I think I'm trying to, but I guess they've got to be held accountable as well. From, you know, only so much I could do. It's up to, you know, members themselves and the I'd say the court system to hold them accountable for that. But I'm trying to organise a meeting with the magistrate back home in Inverell.
Okay.
Help with the young kids back up home and put back in as a AMS up there, Armagen, that I'm working with as well. They've been really good with supporting me in that.
So in your community, are you known now as an elder in the Aboriginal community?
I'm called Uncle. Everyone calls me Uncle now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, how's that make you feel?
At start, I'm like, man, don't call me Uncle. Like, but now it's sign of respect.
Sign of respect.
Yeah. And plus I got grey hair, so that's why I'm always wearing a hat everywhere I go. Got a hat on, so yeah.
And golf. I didn't know you were a golfer. Now, your handicap is +3.
Oh, mate.
Explain to people what +3 means.
I wouldn't say +3, but I'm 3 over before I even start. So, but yeah, just getting out and playing best I can, which I've thank the guys at Ping, Paul and Pete Rosser, for looking after me. They've helped me up nicely.
So
at
that
the club,
sounds like you could actually compete at a high level if you got that handicap. You ever thought about that?
Oh, it's always in the back of my mind. So, yeah.
Never too old, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
When was the last time you did a backflip?
It wasn't a backflip, but it was a front flip. My young bloke had at assembly about 2 k's down the road, so I said, I'll jump on the scooter. I was going down the highway, and anybody out there going down Denman Avenue, top of Denman Avenue, Cootie, I'm on the scooter, I got a bit too fast, so I jumped off, and then I went 1, 2 rolls and got up on my feet, so I landed it. But I got some skin off my elbow and my back, so yeah. So that was the only time I done them.
A huge figure in rugby league at the moment now is Latrell Mitchell. What do you think about Latrell? And tell me, when you watch him play, how does it make you feel?
Oh, mate, he's like, he loves his community like me. There's a lot of attention drawn to him. But I guess it's he's playing rugby league, he's out doing his best, and it's good to see him getting more involved. But unfortunately, they're going to nitpick him for the smallest things. But I guess off the field, he's such, a value to the community, which is good to see.
There was some talk after the Ezra Mam incident in Las Vegas, and Latrell and Chock, obviously a couple of important people in your life, sort of on social media went at it a little bit. How'd that make you feel?
Oh, mate, I looked at it and I said, I'm not reading that. So I didn't get involved because I read a bit of it, but I don't know the circumstances of that. I don't know what the full story is. So I read a bit, and it was, it's I guess it's hearsay. But I sort of stayed away from it, and just went back to watching my TikToks or whatever. So yeah,
Hitting the golf ball.
And you went to the dark side. Played rugby union.
I did. There was a time in my life where that was the moment I lost my old man. I think when I went on tour with the Australian side, with you guys, and lost my old man at the time, and he was always my my.
Oh, stop it!
Yeah, he was always
right?
made me advice, So losing him was a big thing to me. I thought a change would help. So
Yeah, wow.
yeah.
You miss playing?
No, not at all. My young bloke, me and him play, little Nate, me and him play a bit at the backyard, but I try and avoid it.
We spoke to Cliff Lyons the other day. Like, he's still playing tag and touch.
Yeah.
He's, what's he got to be, 60?
Yeah, I do a bit with the Arthur Beeston Foundation. So we're going to Mareeba in a couple of weeks. So play with the boys up there. Matty Bowen, a few of the guys are playing up there. Big Petro's playing.
Petro runs that. He has a lot to do with the Arthur Beeston charity.
Petro's still playing?
Yeah.
Folding people in half.
Oh.
Imagine trying to tackle Petro now.
He's still fit too.
How big is he? He's getting bigger.
I think they'd be more worried about Nathan and Matty Bowen than Petro.
Mate, you could actually start Shane Webke and Petro in a first grade team at the moment. Like, I don't know how long they last, but mate, Webke's the same. He looks like a brick.
You're saying Ewan McGrady still plays?
Oh, yeah. Panreeba's still playing. Yeah, he plays with the boys up there.
That's unbelievable.
I don't know how he does it, but he looks fit, Ewan. It's amazing the older you get.
Do you like coming back to Sydney?
Not really. I fly in today and I'm flying straight back out.
So when you were down here, how homesick did you used to get?
Oh, man. We weren't training though. I'd get bored and say, can I go home? That's probably one of the positive things with Arthur. He said,
So he had that in your contract, you could go home? Or...
Yeah. Fly home. So they gave me a relocation fee, which I used on flying back home. And made me realise, the more I went back home, made me realise the more I've got to succeed in what I do, because I understood what it meant to my parents and my family. So, yeah.
Mate, this has been so good to have you on. Thanks so much. And you know what? It's good to see you in such a happy place. Thanks for coming down.
No, my pleasure, my man.
This year, NRL on 9 is your one-stop shop for all footy.
That's right, Freddie. Not about the highlights, action. 7 days a week.
Billy and Gus podcast, get that on your drive on the way home. Immortal Behaviour. Grab a seat on the couch for that. And, of course, my favourite, Freddie and the Own.
The best footy brains, the biggest games.
Don't trust the algorithm. Subscribe to NRL on 9 and get all your entertainment there.